Welcome back to the BJKU AI Strategist program. And here we are answering the most frequently asked questions about this AI gig. And listen, if you're looking to change careers or you want to build a business as an AI strategist, or you're just a business owner, you want to implement AI inside of your own business, I think you're going to find some value out of today's question, which is, what does this even look like and how does this even work? Well, listen, in my eyes, there are 3 levels to someone who can help you with AI inside of a business. Level 1 is what we call an AI freelancer. And these are the people who are, for lack of a better term, a dime a dozen. They watch some YouTube videos, they play with some technology, they play with some software, and they're probably pretty good at implementing simple automations, whether it's chatbots or voice bots or content generation or whatever it ends up being. AI freelancers are often found on Upwork or freelancer, websites like Fiverr or Guru or anything like that. And this is good and bad. For you, if you are an AI freelancer, it's probably a great way to get started and get some experience in the business. However, there's not a lot of money involved. People will ask you to build chatbots and voice bots for a couple $100 here and there. And if that's all you want, more power to you. As a business owner, it sounds exciting to hire someone for a little bit less money, like a freelancer, but the truth is they may or may not fully understand your business, your problems, your challenges, and they might not be able to recommend the right solution for you. They're looking for guidance. They just want you to say, install this thing for me, and I'll pay you a couple $100. That's good, but it doesn't always solve the problem, which is why we want to level up to what we call an AI agency owner. Now, an agency owner stops doing the majority of the implementation themselves, and they hire a group of freelancers. And instead of them doing the implementation for a business, you're usually the one who's kind of managing the project. But the very first thing you start to understand is the problems a business owner is actually experiencing, so you can have an intelligent conversation with the business owner and say, hey, wait, hang on. You probably don't want this thing. You want this thing instead because I know this will solve your problem. Does that make sense? And then they go back to a group of freelancers and they say, okay, let's build this out. Let's do this. Now, again, pros and cons, right? As an AI agency owner, you're going to make a little bit more money because now you start to understand that you're selling a service and you're helping a business owner with their bigger problems, not just doing a little bit of work, if that makes sense. As a business owner, if I want to hire someone, I would much rather hire an agency owner because even though it's a little bit more money, and there's a few more people involved, I start to get solutions to my real problems, not just like, hey, I want you to give me a chatbot or I want you to answer the phones for me, whatever it is. I get someone who starts to have an intelligent conversation about my business. And in the end, even though it might be a little bit more money to hire an AI agency over a freelancer, I'm going to get a much higher return on investment. And that's what I'm looking at as a business owner. The last level is what we call an AI strategist. And that's the program that I teach inside of the BJK University. In my eyes, an AI strategist is a combination of an AI implementer, a business consultant, and a marketer. Because once you start to understand the best AI automations are the ones who are designed by someone who understands the business. So a strategist, their entire job is to look at your entire framework of your business, the entire landscape, and to say, what are all the things that people are doing that they shouldn't be doing? What are all the pieces that are losing this business money, losing them time, and stopping them from making more money? And they start to come up with a game plan, a strategy, if you will, to map out, here's all the things that we can do to help this business make more money, save more time, save more money. And this is where I think the real power comes in. If someone can come in and have an intelligent conversation with the business owner and say, listen, I understand your business, you're a plumber. Here's the 6 or 7 problems that you're experiencing every day. And here's the things that I can install for you with me and my team. And this is what I can do. And so a lot of business owners look at this and say, man, an AI strategist, man, they're a little bit more money. Instead of a couple $100, it's a few $1,000. But again, I go back to this idea of return on investment. Because if I can hire someone to, like we've talked about in the past, the small business owner around the US right now loses about $126,000 a year just because they don't answer the phones. But if a strategist can come by and not just create an AI receptionist, I'm not talking about just creating a voice bot, because they understand that that's only one part of the strategy. Like, yes, we will have a voice bot that will answer phone calls for you, but what happens next? If they answer the phone and they get the lead and they book the appointment, what happens next? How about we create an automation that creates a smooth customer experience after that AI voice receptionist has answered the phone? That's what a strategist does that's so much more valuable than just an AI agency owner or an AI freelancer. So listen, if you're going to get on this AI game as a career or as a business owner, I want you to get to the level of a strategist so you can be so much more valuable to these business owners. And if you're a business owner looking to implement AI, I'm telling you, look for a strategist over an agency or a freelancer because they'll help solve the real problems. Listen, I hope this video was valuable to you. And if you have any questions, drop them below in the comments and I'll do another video answering that one too.